Here we are again for another whiskey mystery. Hi everybody, I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
And what are we drinking today? We are drinking number 120, picked for us by Anuj. And we were totally confused in our tasting yesterday because here's the glass from yesterday. Definitely smoky, bit of wood smoke in there.
But it's sweet.
And I just kept thinking, it's just like the long row, isn't it? How many long rows have we got? But well, let's go have a look, shall we? Let's see what we have. Now, it does definitely have a dark tinge to it.
At the guy in a red.
The colour is not
It's actually more amber. Maybe a touch of red.
Sherry, maybe?
Maybe the other also guy.
Maybe. Bubbles. Let's go bubbles. Get straight to it. Oh, pretty big, pretty big. Let's see, 46%? No. Got to be more than 46, right? 50. Something more like 50. What's going on with the colour on the camera? I think we have a white balance issue.
It's got to be about 50.
Somewhere, it looks pretty close to 50, I would say.
Actually about 50.
So, right. Before we get into it, and before I forget, we're going to add some more bottles to the shelf. 3 more going in. I will just set them aside. There's no real point in showing you the bottle, is there? What you want to know is what are they? And they're all boxy whiskey. What is boxy whiskey? Something that comes in a box. This one is an Arran single cask. Maybe you can see it on the close-up camera. So it's a 15-year bourbon cask from 1996. That is an incredibly dark bourbon cask. It is literally like bourbon. This one cost us $137 from Ledger Liquor. $7 per year at 40 ABV. The other single cask we have is, oh yeah, it's hard to get out. Okay. This one is a Lajag that's going in. And this one is 59.4. And this one is a sherry butt, I believe. And we picked this one up from K&L. $153 for a 21-year Lajag. Is it sherry or not? I'll have to check that for the website. I mean, for the page. And then the last one, another box. Oh, say that again. Sherry, bourbon, port, and rum. Okay, well, I'll double check the details on that for the spreadsheet. And then we have Clydach, which is a Diageo Coastal Blend, 57%. And this has a combination of Inchgour, Clynelish, Talisker, Oban, Lagavulin, and Colilla. And I can tell you, we have had a sample, not from this bottle. We had a sample from Sean? Aaron? Can't remember. $174. No age statement on the Clydach. Right. Well, hi everybody. Volksgraf. We are on at the same time for now, but next week our clocks change, so you won't get to go to bed early. And Tim, I noticed Tim saying that he's been getting ready for the power to turn off. So if all goes blank in the middle of this, it's because our local power supply has been switched off.
Peated.
Because there's very high winds coming in, and it'll just make more fires if the cables go down.
So Eric, we said for the first time today, no air conditioning for him.
Oh, yes, no air conditioning for us as well. Right then. Are we ready?
It's definitely beat.
Let's get to work. Sweet though. Sweet, fruity. Actually, today I got prunes where I was saying bubblegum before.
And also wine.
So
Type of smell. Almost sour.
So is it sherry or not?
I think it needs something with the white wine. That's dumping.
Quite strong vapor. Like the ABV seemed quite high.
Yeah, 50, 52.
Yeah, maybe 52. Not an overpowering nose. It's not dirty, is it? Maybe, well, I mean, it's smoky, but it's not like heavy rubber or anything.
A floral type of perfume, but in earthy way.
Yeah. And I was getting this almost strawberry bubblegum type of note on the top, so quite sweet. Oh, now the campfire is coming up. I wouldn't call it plasticine, so not very Isla, but it's I mean, Kilchoman was a cleaner kind of smoke, and it was more like that.
It's not malty. It's earthy type of malt.
Okay, what's the nose on the full glass? Oh, that's where the strawberry bubblegum is coming from.
I'm getting lavender vanilla ice cream.
Lavender vanilla ice cream?
It's bright and tight.
Wow. I keep switching between light fruit, but then syrupy light fruit, and then smoke. That's quite an unusual combination. It reminds me slightly of the Kilchoman, but it's not as peated as that. The Sauternes. Oh, I'm liking it more though. What else? Are we missing any of our notes? Why don't you go for a taste? I'm going to have a little sip of water. I'm going to put a drop in because I think I should have done that earlier. But let's get a little bit more nose going.
Sweet.
Oh, timer. I'm sure someone said.
Sweet and definitely some kind of sherry, but not that. Motto was white wine rather than that wine direction. So I put it also but white wine.
Oh, quite spicy.
It's white astringent.
How?
White wine.
Dry white wine. It's not as sweet on the palate as I expected from the nose.
It's white, so it got to be 52, 50.
Oh, a bit herbal medicine. Like strawberry medicine with sort of dark burnt tea leaves type of mix. Is it simple or complex?
I put it is white land because the finish is white. It's sort of soft.
It's sort of a two-stager. It does initially arrive sweet, but very quickly it rolls into the pepperiness, the burnt tea leaf pepper. I'd written something. Sweet sugar fruit pepper.
To get it a bubblegum wine is the coming across.
Yeah. Mm.
It is interesting. It is a good quality.
I think I liked it slightly more yesterday. Today it's coming across as slightly more bitter than I remembered.
And some prune, you're right. Prune.
Yeah, the nose is more pruny today. Mm.
And at the finish, I'm getting a toasted fruit.
Okay, picture. Let's go to the picture. I was getting this. It is smoky. It's maybe a little richer on the overall flavors in here. Just fill that out a little bit. There was very slight cheesiness on the empty glass, but not really. Is there any?
Maybe very satisfied.
Yeah,
Empty
it's
glass.
more like the sourness of whatever the winey sherry thing is. It's not. I wouldn't call it a funk. But you get that sometimes from the wine or sherry casks, don't you? Get a little bit of that sort of mouldy grape kind of thing.
It's actually fine, but yesterday it was sweeter. The first time was sweet, but now it's getting more and more bitter. But easy of the
It's got very long-lasting bubbles. Do you want to do a comparison?
Yes.
Good. Thumbs up for the comparison. You don't know what this is. Better or worse than?
It is so much on the now the very somber. That is sort of I.
This is 50 ABV.
No, but still very malty, sparkly I.
Stronger or weaker? No, I was going to say about the same.
But no, it's I.
That one was Old Ballantrae.
It's good.
I think the peat level is something similar, isn't it? And I thought of it because the sweetness, there's sort of a sweetness that's similar.
That's true. It's like a...
This is the long row, the Malbec.
Wow.
Okay, there's quite a lot more going on in that, isn't there? In terms of cooked, dark, heavier.
It's almost someone who knows Springbank, but if they get on movie water.
Yeah, farmy, dirty, smoky, winey. A lot more. Okay, let's go back to it.
Is simpler.
It does.
More conservative.
It does come across as simpler.
So
I'm just going to do Old Ballantrae again. I think it's close.
I should prefer this, but this is more intricate.
Right then.
This one is much more peaty.
So we're saying it's somewhere about here?
Yeah.
Which of course these days is still an excellent result, even to get onto the shelf. You can see we're starting to stack up down at the bottom end again. Okay.
I really like this one.
Do we want a little sneak peek at,
yes.
the ABV? I think
but
it's...
for you, the ABV is...
Well, after the long row, which is 51 or 2, I was thinking it's 50, similar to the Old Ballantrae.
49.
Okay. The first number is... Oh! The first number is a 4. It is not a 5. That is surprising. I'm going to just look at the second number. That's going to make it difficult. It's 46%.
I said that about right.
What do you mean? Doesn't feel like 46%. Have you seen the size of the bubbles? Wait a minute. Really? This is compared to... This,
Yeah.
this 46 is to Martin 15-year-old we're comparing to. Look at the way those bubbles are holding up. There's no way that's 46. You compare it to 50. Look, the bubbles look even bigger than 50.
It is very oily.
That?
But it's... I can't believe it's 46. It's very, very oily. 46 and 48.
What?
I'm really...
Hang on, let me go again. I'm slightly concerned about that. Hang on. Okay, well, the flavours are powerful for 46, if that's 46.
And it's also very oily.
Yeah. What a... Let me see, let me use your glass for legs. You know, we have had... Glenallachie 23-year-old is a 46%, and I remember that having very strong flavours. But I've never seen bubbles on a 46 that looked anything like that. Okay, here's what I thought when I thought, have I written something wrong on the bottle? It could be a first. We haven't had an error yet, but you know it's bound to happen at some point.
Just after that, it's a... No, I
don't think it is winey now, because fresh onto it today, I got pruny for the first time.
But I something also. White wine also is very, very dry. White wine, type of finish.
It's
astringent.
But it's got that bubblegum nose as well. What does that mean for sherry? I think it's time to go to the chat, because we've already used up more than our allotted time. Okay. How is everyone doing? Let me scroll up at least a little bit. Greg's Whiskey Guide, how are you doing? Ooh, very dark, that Aaron. Heavily charred cask then, must be. Yeah, that's a good point. Heavily charred ex-bourbon. Timer! Thanks, Tony. Oh, and Moronic has also given me a shout out. Well, I got there in the end. Pulsegraph. Ah, now I get the thing about the wind. Yeah, we're getting slightly worried. Let's see. Any nuttiness or bananas? I think nutty oil.
Definitely oily.
It's yes.
Not a banana. Maybe vanilla. I was getting possible.
Yeah, but not the bananas. Good to see you, Eric. Triqueta UK. Almost missed this as a clocks. Yes, that's right. I was just talking to my parents before and the clocks had changed. Triqueta. You were asking me a few streams back, because it's still on my notes here. How many bottles are still at Les Mahago? Les Mahago? Sound like a southerner. There are still a few Springbanks lurking in there, and our favourite Glentauchers 21 is at my parents' as well. So if you need a taste, let me know. Not that you can go and visit or anything. Right, let me jump down. Sniper Shot, Glen Scotia Rum Cask. Graham is guessing.
Going to be rum.
Bishop Burnbot, I see Springbank 21 jump out there. Rock Oyster. What does the bubblegum note suggest to anyone? Yeah, what does it suggest to me even? Graham Fraser. Maybe your sample bottles are oxidizing and losing the bubble test capability. No, if anything, they'd be going flatter. Surely bubbles would get less.
Oh, I'm to get it out of beat.
Oh, Aquami is saying BenRiach 22-year-old peated.
But
that
it's old.
Is a peated Speyside. The Jake 18 Sherrywood was some good guesses coming in. Don't usually see tiny bubbles stay in the liquid that long either. Oh yeah, maybe it's older. Maybe the bubbles are suggesting older. Right, what can it be? Well, there is the BenRiach.
It is good.
Is that 46% though? It is 46%. Oh, time is up, even though we were late. If it's this one, we don't have any left.
Oh!
So, okay, could be a BenRiach. There's the Glen Scotia rum cask. No, that's 51%.
Yeah.
See, in my mind, I was thinking it could be... No, too high. I also had this Balekin, too high. And then I also had possibility this Longrow Chardonnay, too high, 55%. So it's got to be in the 46s.
I'm good over there.
You go and look if you want. So, you know, you can see I'd even put the spreadsheet from the high range down. Let's see. There's so many 46s. Now there is Smoky, not Highland Park. Rock Oyster. Maybe it is Rock Oyster. Not Ardbeg. Lejeag Sherry. I think that is a fair guess as well. Yeah. There's the BenRiach. Glen Scotia 15. Is that peated or not? What about Glendronach peated? What about Glendronach peated? Deepa's rummaging around the bottom shelf now in desperation. Normally we're a bit more in control of these guesses. Oh, could be the long... No? Don't know. I'm feeling lost. Longrow 18. Where's don't we have Glendronach peated? Okay. We are who suggested was that a Kwame? I don't really have a valid guess. Where's the Sherrywood? That's right. The Sherrywood. Lejeag Sherrywood. There's the Glendronach peated. And there's the Sherrywood. Deepa's phone's buzzing.
What is this?
What? Stop. Right. We'll just have to turn that off. Oh, shut up! Decline. Don't you know she can't speak on the phone? Where's your off button, Deepa? Okay. Try again. Right. Here we go. It's got to be something of this. Right. What's it going to be? You hold that one as well. Have you made a guess? Longrow 18. It's not. Okay, forget that. I'm going for the Lejeag. What are you going for?
Nothing.
Right, you go for the BenRiach. I'll go for the Lejeag. Hold that. Are we ready for the reveal?
Oh yeah, I go for this one.
Okay, well I'll go for this one then. It is 46%. We know that. It is. Are you sure you don't want to change your mind? 22 years old.
Oh!
Cost us 154. It is a Speyside. It is BenRiach. Wow.
Wow.
Is that...
Wow.
BenRiach, 22.
Interesting.
So... This is the only confirmation we can have that little drop in there.
Infinitely better. Sherry.
This is PX. I think we should just give the fireworks to a Kwame. Wasn't it a Kwame? I think it was. This was not an expensive bottle. I remember now, we bought this at TB Watson in Dumfries, which is near to where I used to live, in Castle Douglas in Scotland. This is BenRiach 22-year-old. It is finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry. It's called Albariza. $154. We bought it about a year ago in the visit to Scotland, and it works out at $6.5 per year. Do you feel sad that we don't have more?
Not really, no.
Because we're saying
it's got enough.
We're saying it's going to be up here.
At $54 for this. No, I'd rather pay more for those.
Hey, you know what? I've just seen that the Ardmore is in here. Do you think, how much was the Ardmore? This was even cheaper. This is the Ardmore 20-year-old. That would be a similar comparison. Better or worse for shelf position?
It's very, yeah, this.
Better or worse?
Probably this one. It's a bit different, but unique. But this one is old man.
Let me see.
Very woody.
Oh, I think it might.
But it's very well made.
I think this is slightly better if you like the sherry.
It's a good quality, confident. I think it's very, yeah.
Actually, the Ardmore is sweeter, funnily enough. Ah, right. Over to the chat. Let's see. Oh, Greg was first on the BenRiach. Well, sorry, Greg. Fireworks for Greg then. Mommy's asking what year's the Long Row 18 from.
Yeah.
I don't have the bottle here, so I'd have to check the bottle to get the date. So, but at least 3 years ago, because my parents brought it over. Sorry, not 3. At least 2 years ago. Right, skipping down. Greg is saying, I still see the BenRiach 22 Moscatel on my rather luxury hypermarket shelves, but don't know if it's worth it. Quite expensive. Well, this one, I think it's worth the money at 150. It's I mean, it's one of the few Speyside peated malts, isn't it? There aren't too many to choose from or to try. So a peated BenRiach, 22 years old for that price, pretty good, I think. Pretty good.
Does it get beat even after all those years?
Eric saying bubblegum suggests to me I should not chew gum before drinking whiskey. Graham Fraser, I think Albariza is the chalky soil in Jerez for growing sherry grapes. Ah, okay. How much oomph does the Ardmore have? Well, it is stronger. It's 49.3% for the Ardmore. But I have to say that this absolutely holds up to it from a strength of flavour point of view. This is a very strong tasting 46%. And very impressive bubbles. Yeah, definitely the exception to the rule on the bubbleometer. Right. Greg's Whiskey Guide. For the next blind, it's time to pick a bottle. Greg is saying the lowest shelf on deeper side, please. Go somewhere at the edge. This is going to be bottle number 121. And I'm just going to write Greg WG on there. Let's see what we are going to get. Thank you, Greg. Well,
It's my color.
oops. Should I do that again? I should do that again. Hang on. Right. You know, you need to actually have the camera on to see it. Ah, small bubbles. Not necessarily troubles. Ah. Probably not a bourbon. Ooh, that smells nice. Maybe I'm having a low ABV day because that tastes quite powerful as well, doesn't it? Is there a bit of peat in there?
Yes.
We have had a great run of whiskies recently. They've all been very, very good. Oh, I don't want another sip of that now. Right, I think it's time to wrap it up. Should we go back to the chat one more time? Let's see what everyone has to say. Hey, Teddy KGB, have not seen you in for a while. Nice to see you. Falscraft, too slow. Hi, everybody. Too slow. Maybe the time difference caught you out, but you were too slow today. Not normally. The bubbleometer, Veronica. Exactly. Exactly. Hope it's good, though. It is, Greg. I don't know what it is, but it is good. Bubblegum notes are common on Beaujolais Nouveau wines. Ah. Thanks, Eric. I like good whiskies with low ABV, so I'm happy. You're right.
Actually,
That's right, Greg.
Bubblegum is a new one as well.
You're getting bubblegum in the new one? It's the new note? Oh, hang on. That's quite familiar.
Oh.
See, now my mind's already disturbed. We will be back on Thursday, because I never know what day of the week it is, to find out what number 120 is.
And on a time sync. Bubblegum.
I wonder if it's that one.
You never done